My name is Daniel Dazi. Let's begin by crossing over now to the NPP headquarters for a press briefing. John Buedu, the acting general secretary, is addressing the media.
National Annual Delegates Conference at the Cape Coast University. Pursuant to Article 9 of the party's constitution, the conference, among other things, considered the various proposals for constitutional amendments which were received from party members and made available to stakeholders at least 1 month to the National Annual Delegates Conference in fulfillment of Article 18 of the Constitution. However, conference could not adopt the amendment proposals or otherwise in view of the limited time available to deal with the bulky documents. Accordingly, conference, which is the highest decision-making body of the party, passed a resolution instructing National Council to set up an ad hoc committee to streamline these amendments proposals together with other considerations and present their report to conference at an annual delegates conference to be organized at a later date. Following this, National Council indeed met yesterday, September 14th, at Aliza Hotel and approved a set special committee that will undertake this all-important assignment for the party. Today, we have met here to inter alia officially inaugurate the ad hoc committee that was formed by National Council at its meeting yesterday, following the orders of National Conference. The committee's mandate is not. The committee's mandate, as noted earlier, is to streamline all the proposals of the constitutional amendment as received by the party, determine the substance and workability of each proposal, and present their reports, which shall be in the form of a draft constitution to National Conference through National Council for consideration and adoption. The committee has a membership of 11 and will be chaired by F.F. Anto, the vice chairman of our party. Other members of the special committee include Honorable Obi Amoa, who has been working with this party for a very, very long time, has been a member of the youth wing of this party. A lot of the development that you see in this party has been part of that development. We have Joyce Opoku Boateng, who has also been instrumental in a lot of things that we do. We have Honorable Joseph Penka, Deputy Attorney General, who has been Secretary of our party in Upper East, is now the Deputy Attorney General of our country, Ghana. We have Godfred Yabo Dame, who is known to all of you. He's been part of almost all legal battles in our party and has distinguished himself very well. Honorable Hakma Usuajiman is a member. He said, I want to be the father of the committee and help in making sure everything is done. We have Honorable Ben Abdallah, who is the MP for Offenso South. He's the chairman of the Constitutional and Legal Committee of Parliament. We have Mrs. Agnes Okujeto, who was the first vice chairperson of our party for 2 terms, and she's coming with vast experience. We have Mr. Ncheje, who is almost the store of all our records in our party over the years, been working for this party since its inception and has been of great help to this party. We have Richard Asante Yabua, who has been part of the youth wing and the party movement over the period. Then we have Mrs. Joyce Ajimana Tefa, who is also a lawyer by profession. You will see clearly that the committee comprises people who have rich knowledge and experience in party organization and, more importantly, on legal matters, since these considerations are very critical to their work. That is why you find the 2 learned AGs as part of this committee, with the likes of Honorable Hackman and F.F. Anto, among others, as critical members of this committee. Per the resolution of National Conference, this ad hoc committee has 2 months within which to present its final report to the party. What it means is that the committee is supposed to present its report to the General Secretary not later than November 15th of this year. National Council yesterday also resolved that 2 weeks after the receipt of the committee's report, it shall reconvene to consider same, and then 2 weeks afterwards, an extraordinary National Delegates Conference will be organized solely for the purpose of considering and adopting the report, that's the draft constitution of the committee's work. All things being equal, we are looking at having this extraordinary conference sometime in the middle of December. Having said that, I have the singular honor at this juncture to declare the committee duly inaugurated. The party has resolved, the party has absolute confidence in these illustrious people who were carefully selected to be part of the committee that will do this all-important assignment for the party. We wish them all the best. And most of the members of the committee are here. We have FF Anto, Joyce Opoku, Boateng, we have Richard Asante-Abua, we have NPP, Honorable Penka, we have Obiamwa, we have Godfred Dame with us. And by this again, once again, inaugurating this committee, and expect that within 2 months, considering your background and the critical nature of this job. And I must also say that the party is happy for your acceptance to be members of this committee. The decision was taken just yesterday. You were informed and you are here for the inauguration. It tells you how important you attaches and the party attaches to this great assignment that you've been given. Ladies and gentlemen, at yesterday's National Council, Council unanimously approved the nomination of Hajia Sauda Said as the acting National Women's Organizer of the party. She was nominated by the party steering committee for consideration by National Council. Hajia Sauda too, until her appointment, was the Deputy National Women's Organizer of the party. This appointment has become necessary following the resignation of the party's National Women's Organizer, Honorable Otiku Afisa Jaba, to take up appointment in government as Minister for Gender. As Minister for Gender. You must also note that the party has taken cognizance of the fact that government of His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and His Excellency Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is very much on course to delivering on all its electoral promises. We made electoral promises we made to the good people of this country in the run-up to the 2016 general elections. Even though the government has a 4-year mandate, within which to deliver all the things we promised, which we shall do. It appears we are fulfilling almost all our flagship promises or campaign promises in our first year in government. It is pretty obvious that we cannot finish enumerating all the promises that we have fulfilled so far in the last 8 months of being in government, and so we won't start at all. It is, however, very instructive to make the point that this month of September will surely be written in the annals of Ghana's history as a month of fulfillment and prosperity for the Ghanaian people. The September narrative, as you will all bear testimony, has been one of fulfilled promises. It started with the implementation of a paperless technology at the nation's ports, which makes it easier and convenient for people to clear their goods from the port due to the digitization of the clearance regime and removal of human elements. This laudable policy also makes it possible for government to plug the loopholes in our revenue collection system at the ports, as evidence in the available data, which shows, for instance, that revenue at the port has increased from 130 million in the first week of September to 213 million in the same period of 2017, representing a whopping 56% revenue improvement for the state. Again, the government's flagship campaign program or promise, dubbed One District, One Factory, has successfully taken off in this month of September. In fact, it took off last month, September, with historic launch at Ekumfi in the central region. Finally, and perhaps more importantly, the much talked about free SHS, which the NPP, particularly our 2016 presidential candidate then, Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, has been associated with, has come to fruition, despite all the bastardization and the cynicism from our political opponents. These cynics, particularly Leokran, former Minister for Education, told us that if free SHS was ever possible in Ghana, Dr. Nkrumah would have implemented it. Well, facts are that you all know it didn't happen under Nkrumah, but it is happening live under His Excellency Nana Addo Akufo-Addo and the New Patriotic Party. The NPP has clearly shown, both in words and in deeds, that our unwavering commitment to investing in the future of our country through education cannot be matched. The records are there for all to see. This free SHS promise, again, has been realized in the month of September. What a blessed month. That is not all. The month of September is also going to witness the full realization of more flagship programs of the NPP government, including the implementation of teacher training allowances, as well as the nursing training allowances, among several others. The party is much content with these developments and wishes to commend government for living up to its legitimate expectation of the Ghanaian people. Indeed, the way for Ghana has always been the NPP way. We note with concern that there will be challenges, obviously. Challenges not necessarily associated with free SHS, challenges associated with the new system that we introduced when we were in power, computer placement system. And we are seeing a few of them happening. It is not because of free SHS in the first place. We will still be working at it. A journey of 1,000 miles starts with a step. And we are going to work at it because we believe that this country can move forward when its people are well educated and well directed towards the development of our country. So we will spend all our resources, spend all our time, spend all our energy to ensure that this policy works for all of us. We wish to conclude by once again expressing our confidence in the ability of the Akufo-Addo government to deliver the needed prosperity to the Ghanaian people. So far, as all will attest to, it's so good. Again, we are confident that the extraordinary National Delegates Conference will also end successfully. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. General Secretary. Thank you, committee members. So far, so good. We will take some few questions. Samira.
So that was the Acting General Secretary of the NPP, John Boadu. He's just inaugurated an ad hoc committee led by FF Antor, the Vice Chairman of the party. That committee will be looking into the amendment of the Constitution as was proposed at the National Delegates Conference in the University of Cape Coast. They'll take 2 months to consider all the amendments brought to the committee from different wings of the party. They'll take 2 months to consider them. After that, in 2 weeks, the National Council would consider the draft constitution they will bring up. Take another 2 weeks for an extraordinary delegates conference that will come up in December. So that's the timeline there. Haja Sawadatu Said has been made acting women organizer in replacement a replacement for Otiko Afisa Jaba, who is now Minister of State. A number of issues coming up in that press conference. We'll be looking at that in later bulletins.